Not social media, it's not big data, it's not robotics, it's not even AI. And you'll be surprised to learn that it's the underlying technology of digital currencies like Bitcoin. It's called the blockchain.
But there is a new technological institution that will fundamentally change how we exchange value, and it's called the blockchain.
We use money every day, but we rarely appreciate its power and its flaws. It's a tool that has been at the center of human progress, and as we build bigger and tackle complex problems, we're going to need the best tools available, for we have a global economy. But before that, hello and welcome to MoneyIQ. Join our channel by hitting subscribe and clicking the bell icon to be updated on our new uploads.
Anything you would go to a traditional financial institution for, like high yield savings, borrowing, lending, trading, investing, those are all things that can be found in DeFi.
The mainstream user can either decide to go directly and use these protocols, or might be indirectly using some of the traditional financial intermediaries at the same time. But the main difference here is that the user will have a choice that you either can rely on someone, or you can manage your own cryptographic assets and your keys by yourself. And it brings kind of like the finance as a human right for the users.
We're going to need a global digital currency. Cryptocurrency is going to be a great democratizing force for the world, because it's going to level the playing field and allow anybody with a cell phone to access financial services. This is going to transform how we think about a real global economy. I think in order to understand its importance, we first have to define what currency means. What currency does is it actually allows us to agree upon the value of something. It's almost like a communication tool. While investors in companies like MicroStrategy that buy up bitcoins have been in the spotlight, those who mine for these coins have not quite gotten their fair share of exposure. Mining for crypto tokens is no longer something that's unheard of after the surge in cryptocurrency seen over the past decade. However, there's a lot more to it than just setting up rigs and the common complaint of high energy consumption. The process for mining cryptocurrencies isn't a one and done deal. It actually goes through an entire life cycle, from discovery to destruction. These lifecycle phases are primarily applicable to Bitcoin and Ethereum, which together dominate almost 60% of cryptocurrency markets' overall value, but are also applicable to most altcoins that have followed in their footsteps. There are different ways of coordinating human beings. One way that you can do that is with money. You can incentivize people to try to work on the same thing at the same time. We started off building simple systems like a bridge crossing a river to very amazing things like rocket ships. We went from interacting with our neighbors to now transacting with each other on the world.
Since 2018 to 2020, we saw the rise of automated market makers, which for the first time bootstrapped liquidity and allowed these decentralized exchanges to become much more liquid than they were. And at the same time, we also saw an increased development activity on the user front end and made these applications much easier to use.
And we want to make sure that people can move money freely. And our current financial system just doesn't enable that. So the current systems are very centralized, and so we have big banks and big governments. There's a lot of middlemen who make things incredibly inefficient. When you talk about the problems of the existing financial system, you can go to a situation like Venezuela where, money is being printed and book savings are basically being destroyed. The value of their wealth has been completely eroded. I think a lot of us in the United States sort of take this idea for granted that someone gives us money, it'll be in our bank account, and it's not going to disappear or be taken away from us. And that's really a luxury that many people in the world just don't have. The technology makes us richer and wealthier because you need less time or less money or less effort to get something done. Right now, if people think of crypto, I think they think of investment. There's a lot of speculation, there's a lot of talk of prices and how much money has been raised. But it's really important to see past that shift to people actually using cryptocurrency to buy goods and services and transact in the economy. That's not just sending money back and forth, that means employing each other or funding each other. A more global economy is important because there is talent everywhere, but opportunity is not evenly distributed. In a world where this technology is fully adopted, it won't matter what country you're born in. All that will matter is that you have a mobile phone and interconnection, and you have skills and knowledge to learn, and you can contribute to the global economy. If cryptocurrency can be brought into existence, the digital asset can be winked out of existence as well. Burning tokens works differently for various cryptocurrencies.
Massive creative power of DeFi is how quickly developers can iterate and build financial applications. That was really never possible in finance.
Bitcoin has a limited supply built into it, so the lost wallets and inactive wallets of early users serve the purpose of drawing some of the supply out of circulation. Ethereum, on the other hand, does not have a supply limit. Hence, Ethereum deals with the growing production from miners by having a way to slowly burn some of the existing supply over a long time period. Such a mechanism of intentional burns may be adopted by a cryptocurrency creator on principle alone, or to regulate the coin's price at a preferred level, again performed over a long time period. At the other end of the scale, some coins do not mine in the traditional sense, and intervene actively in the market with burns or additions. For instance, Tether and Luna may drastically vary supply based on their internal parameters such as liquidity, treasury reserves, or stablecoin interventions. A cheeky like and subscription will be very much appreciated if you did enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next time right here on the Money IQ. Bye bye.